Hey guys, it's Hayes with CheatSheetPros.com. Let's take a look at some NBA plays for this evening. Today is April 8th. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I've been posting stuff, so I'm going to jump in and try to do a video for those of you that don't have Facebook, or maybe you just follow us on Facebook. So let me open up the sheet here. So if you see our prop tab, the first thing you want to do is go down here to DK Props. Come over here, make sure this is sorted by grade, high to low, and then we're going to swing over. And these are going to be kind of the top plays in each category. When you see the prop report that I usually post, this is where it's pulling from. So like the PRAs, it'll pull them in order, and then et cetera, et cetera. So the first thing I do is I glance across here, and I want to see what they're averaging the last 7 games versus their line. So real quick, we're going to have Ja Morant, PRA. His line's 35.5, and he's got... You can see he's averaging 42.9. He's well over that. OG and Nunneby, his points. Boston looks like they have a bunch of players questionable today. Is 18.5. It slid down a little bit since Jalen Brunson came back, but Jalen Brunson only scored 15 points last game, so we can still ride on Nunneby. And 32, 24, 23, 27, 28, 31, 28. I like doing the alt plus. I have the alt plus 15 plus points in my moneymaker parlay or bankroll builder. Rudy Gobert has been absolute fire. He's one of my favorite ones. This Minnesota-Milwaukee game should be pretty good. We should get a lot of scoring. His prop line is 12.5, so you can get 10 plus, 12 plus points. And look at this, 23, 21, 19, 19, 17, 16, 15. He's been over that in 7 straight games. I also like taking 14 plus at plus money. That seems to be pretty comfortable with his last 4 games. My other favorite one is Braden. I don't even know how to say this. Brandon, we're going to call him Pods. Podz Imsky. His PRA, I didn't bet his PRA, 24.5, and he's been killing that, but I did bet his 3-point shots. And let me see, where is he? He's down here. So his 3 points are 2.5. And you can get 2 plus at a pretty good price. And look at this. He's got 4, 4, 8, 0, and 7. Now, I did look at the alt line of over 3.5. So 4 plus is plus 285. So a huge payday if you mix that with something. And look at that. He's been over that in 4 of the last 5 games. So definitely one to consider, because Golden State should wax Phoenix tonight. So that's another one we can look at. One I didn't bet that did jump out is Alexander Walker's assist. It's only 2.5. I love these little ones. He only plays about 20-25 minutes a game, but look at this. He's averaging 4.3 per game. His low is 2. His line is 2.5, and he's got 5, 5, 8, 4, 3, 2, 3. So he's been over it in 6 of 7. So that's one I would definitely consider. Flipping down this guy, Missy's rebounds. This game should be a shit show. Pelicans, Brooklyn. 9.5 is his rebound prop. I believe it's 10, 10.5 now, but 12, 11, 12, 11, 10, 9, 10. So 9's been his floor, so 9 to 12 is a pretty good range. So if you can get 9 plus or 10 plus, I like putting that and mixing it in. But flipping down through here, this is basically how I go through and find my props. Then I come over here to the game log tab, and I want to go through and look at these players' game logs. So let's just look at a couple of them. Orlando, Atlanta. One thing about this game is if Orlando wins, it's probably going to stay under the total. If Atlanta wins, it's going to go over the total. So if you take Atlanta money line and mix in some of their props, that would be one to consider. Let me go over and show you what I'm talking about real quick. So looking at this, look at Atlanta's wins. So the games they've won, let's look at the total. They won 281 points. They won 269, 251, 239, 236. And this has a 225 total. So if you want to take Atlanta money line, parlay it with the over, and maybe slap Trae Young in there, that'd be fantastic. Orlando's a little bit up and down. I'm going to stay away from that game unless it's an individual player prop. Indy, Washington, the spread on that's stupid. I'm going to stay away from it. Chicago, there's a lot of questionable players in there. I'm going to stay away from that. I like Memphis over Charlotte. That's one of the games I was looking at in... So I posted a 6 or 7 leg round robin. I did rounds of 3, rounds of 4, and I did the sweep with a boost. But I put in there Memphis, an alt spread, I think minus 8.5, minus 9.5, and I took Ja Morant points at, I think, 20 plus. Don't quote me on that. but he's got 30, 36, 26, 22. So after his first game back, 26, 36, and 30. So he's going to put up a ton of points. They should roll. He should easily be able to get over 20 plus. ED rebounds would be another one that you might be able to add in there. Moving on, Brooklyn Pelicans. This should be a shit show, but I do like Missy's rebounds. For some reason, that dude is just money over here. So 9.5 is what it opened at. He's averaging 11.5 the last 4, 12, 11, 12, 11, 10, 9. So he's doing pretty good, and there shouldn't be anyone to really compete with him for boards. So he should be able to stay pretty consistent there. Knicks and Boston. I loved Boston in this game until I saw that half the Boston team is questionable. Jalen Brunson came back last game, only scored 15. Towns rebounds has been pretty consistent. He's been 10 plus. 11.5 is his prop, so I don't like that. But if you can take an alt prop and slap in there, I do like it. Anunoby is someone that I'm going to keep riding. 32, 24, 23, 27, 28, 31, 20. I mean, he's scoring a ton of points. He's taking a crap ton of shots. And even when Brunson came back, Brunson only took 9 shots, so he's still scoring it. And this is props down to 18.5, so it did drop a little bit. I love taking the alt prop of 15 plus points or 18 plus points. That looks pretty good. And if you want to do PRA, he does grab a few boards in there, so that's definitely one to consider. And if Boston's missing half their team, he should have a pretty good game. Over here, you really don't know who to go with Tatum, Porzingis, Brown. 2 of the 3 might not play. If they are in, Derek White assist is going to continue to be money. We missed his 4.5 last time with 4, but I did have 4 plus, so I hit my alt one. But you can see when the big guys are in, he's got 7, 6, 10, 6, 7, and 8. If they're out, he struggles in assists, so keep an eye on that. Flipping down here, OKC Lakers. So this spread's 15.5, and it shows Luka and LeBron questionable. However, they still have projections and minutes, so if they do play, that's way too many points considering they just played him here and beat him 126-99. So if Luka and LeBron are in the game, I would definitely grab the 15.5 points that it's sitting at right now. Austin Reeves, he continues to put up a crap ton of points. Also his 3-point mades, look at this, 4, 6, 9, 0, 5. So he's been putting up a ton. I don't like 3.5, but alt 3 plus looks pretty good. Flipping down here, I mean, between Luka and Shai and LeBron, you can always mix some stuff in and make that a nice same-game parlay. Milwaukee, Minnesota, I like this game to go over the total. I believe it was 223, 224. Both of these teams can score. They're pretty efficient. It should have a good average pace on there. Giannis, if you can get, I put 25 plus alt points in there. He's been 30 plus in each of the last 5 played games. If this game's competitive and he's in, that shouldn't be a problem. Flipping down from the Milwaukee side, nothing else really jumps out at me there. Anthony Edwards, he's been just absolutely killing it in points. He's averaging 31 over his last 4, and he has a lower point prop of 26.5, so you could mess around with that. Randall's up and down, had a couple games above 25, and then a couple at 15 and under. Gobert's probably my favorite player in this game. He's got a points prop of 12.5, and look at this, 23, 21, 19, 19, 17, 16, 15. 12 plus feels very lockish. I have 10 plus in one of my moneymaker parlays, and I love his rebounds. Look at this. For Rudy Gobert to score a double-double, it was minus 205. And look at this, 19, 18, 12, 25, 13, 16, and 11. That feels pretty good to have Gobert for a double-double. And if you mix it with one other thing, it's going to be plus money, so that's another one that we like. Flip down here, let's hit these last couple games real quick. Phoenix, they've just been absolutely getting waxed these last 4 games. They lost 148 to 109, 133, 123, 123, 103, 112, 98. But Booker has been absolutely killing it in the points category. He had 28 this game, and then he flipped around and had 39, 37, and 40. So if you're looking at an alt line, Devin Booker over 33, 35 alt points is really good. I'm going to write that down because I kind of like that. So Booker, alt, points, and we'll just say low 30s somewhere. And I'd put that with that Podzinski 3 plus 3s is plus 120, 4 plus 3s is plus 285. Actually, we could do that in the same game here. He's down here. Look, it's 4, 4, 8, 0, and 7. Now, given the game that he missed, Curry put up 52 points and hit 12 threes. So barring him doing that, he should be able to at least get a couple of threes, especially if you take 2+ threes. That feels pretty good for him. And I think Golden State absolutely waxes him tonight. I don't think that game's even going to be close. And then the Clippers and Spurs. So Spurs are a hot mess right now. I mean, they're just absolutely getting murdered. There's no one really on the Spurs side that I like that's going to do anything. Kawhi, his points prop 21.5 feels low. He's averaging 24.5 points over his last 4 games, and then 31 and 27 before that. So he's averaging 26, 27 over his last 6 games. So 21.5 feels low. So what I did is I took Clippers alt spread, I think 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, somewhere around there. And then I took Kawhi like 18 plus points and then got that right around a normal unit. But that's what I got for today, guys, in the NBA. As always, you can flip over here to our scoreboard, kind of take a look and see what our model's like. Again, keep an eye on the players and our props. Have a good day.